Hi YouTube. I figured since I'm out and about, I might as well make a video because I've had a couple people ask me a couple questions over things that I do to make my truck living, camping, whatever, a little more comfortable. So I will take this moment to dig out some devices and tools and whatnot and explain just a few little things of what I do to make staying in the truck a little easier. Alright, let's start in this little electronical corner back here. This is where my battery box is, which is down there. That's a slingshot. That's for entertainment purposes. But you can see that it's in a battery box. It's an RV battery box. And this is like a plastic lined aluminum piping, because when batteries vent or charge, they release a gas and it's not good for you. So it's venting out the side of the topper. Anyway, to make staying in the truck a little more easy, I do have this big old inverter here, you know, on, off, yada yada. I don't really use that very often. I do use it when it gets cold out, because that's about the only thing strong enough to run my mini heater. I am looking to get a new heater. It's a little gas heater. I saw that, I think Walmart sells it, but I saw it online. That's where I originally saw it, and I just noticed that Walmart seemed to have it. It's supposed to be like a safe for small spaces type little gas heater thing. It runs about 50-60 bucks. I just haven't quite budgeted just yet. Everything basically runs off of this right here. This is my 12-volt power outlet. This wire goes into its own little fuse box that connects directly onto the battery. Then I use a splitter here sometimes. Sometimes I don't use a splitter, but sometimes I use a splitter. And that's what this right here is. My cooler. It's plugged in right now. As you see, I have a good charge going, so everything's fine. And then I use this is my little 12-volt USB plug here. And that's what everything else runs off, like my fan, USB. If I do need an inverter, I usually use this one for like powering a laptop or, you know, something smaller. This is the one I use the most, and I've had this one for so many years. It squeals. I have to smack it a few times to get it working, but it actually still works really well. And I've been looking to replace it. I just, you know, it's not on the very top of my list to do. I do keep an eye out for good deals on Amazon. Maybe I'll come across one that works about the same, but this right here is my preferred method of anything. The only thing I really need that big one for is if I run the heater. I try running on this just doesn't produce enough watts. So I have this little dealie here, my little splitter here, my little USB fan. When all else fails, I know I say a lot. I need to work on that. That drives me crazy. I have these two little guys right here. This is my solar panel charge unit. This one's an all powers, yeah. When I got this one, it was kind of buggy. Like, I can only use one half. You're supposed to be able to use the two halves, but I can only use one. The one that says 1 amp over here, if I plug things into that, it makes the LED light go off and you can't turn it off. It's really weird. But in general, there's plenty of times I will take the screen out up there and I set it on my roof with the cable coming down, and I'll just plug stuff into it to keep it running. Like my fan, sometimes I don't want to pull, I want to just run my cooler and I don't want the extra battery going to my fan. So I will plug the fan into here and just set this on the roof so it keeps it charged. And it works really well. I love it. And this is the one I usually take with me when I'm out doing other crazy things. This is actually waterproof, shockproof, and everything. I don't recommend this exact one that I bought because it does have some errors after using it for so long. As you can see, it's cracking all around where it's supposed to seal, but that's because it has that little lip right there. So just putting this little protector in place and pulling it out all the time has been causing it to crack really bad. So I don't know exactly how water resistant, well, it's probably water resistant, but it's probably not waterproof anymore. Otherwise, this holds a fantastic charge. This is my heavy duty battery. And I pack these in my bags everywhere I go pretty much, and it's great. I love them. I use them even when I'm not camping all the time. I just keep them packed away in my bag. They have their own little pockets, and they're good for events and everywhere you might need to charge your phone. They charge my camera, run my fans. These are all about 10, what's the charge on this one? This one's 10,000. I'm touching that like that's gonna focus. Come on, phone, you can focus. There we go. Yeah, this one's 10,000. And this one I think is, you can't really see unless I get a shine on it. It's just a little bit bigger, but not by much. Where does it say it? I don't know. There it is, 10,400. So those are two small little things I use. And then there's this little dealie here, which I'm not even gonna lie, I love this. I love this stupid thing. I just clip my phone right in there. There's a smaller one that I can use on my dashboard if I want to use maps or something, and I just clip it in there, and I just lay down right there and adjust this however I want. I'll just kick back and watch movies. And then, like in my last video, but some people might not have seen my last video, I have this little guy right here. This is my JBL portable speaker. It's you can use Bluetooth or you can plug it in. You can also attach extra speakers. I want to get a second one, but I just, like I said, it's not top of my list needed necessity, so I just have the one. It lasts about 5 hours per charge, and it doesn't take much juice, so there's plenty of times I can just plug it in, plug my phone in, and sit back and watch movies. As a gift, there I go again, as a gift, last year I got this little guy. It's not the greatest tablet in the world, it's a Ziki. It doesn't have very much space or memory, but I have a 32 gig memory card in it, so I mostly use it for movies. I download a lot of movies onto it, and sadly it doesn't fit on my clip. It doesn't have 3G, 4G or anything, it's just Wi-Fi, but that's actually really good though either way. Like I said, I usually just download movies on it. I kick back and actually watch a movie on a decent sized screen besides just my little phone screen. Let me see, what else do I have? I showed this off last time, but this is my little portable stove. It actually locks and seals. I use those little bread loaf pans that you can get at the dollar store or any other grocery store. They're like $1 something. And the bread loaf pan fits perfectly on the inside. I have it all strapped down so I can't open it, but you can see where it sits on there. And I can latch it down and have it cooking off the solar panel. It does pull a hefty charge, so I would not recommend really using it off the solar panel unless it's a really sunny day or you just have a full charge and you don't need to use anything else. I also showed this off in one of my videos too, of girls out there. This is called a pee style. It's made so you just have to unzip, put it in place and pee. It never fails. Every single time I try to make a video, out of nowhere, my buddy tries to message me. Like he has not messaged me in the last 2 hours because he went to bed. And now he's messaging me because I'm trying to record a video. But yeah, that's a female thing. Google it. Women, you can use it more than just camping. I take mine to events and stuff with me. Like I went to the Renaissance Fair and I was dressed up a bit, and to get in and out of my costume would have been a pain in the ass. So I had that with me and it was great. What else do I have? This right here is my camping shower. It says it's a solar shower, but it just means it's a black bag, so it absorbs heat a little easier. I like my little camping shower. Now, I was going to dig out my pool, but I'm not going to because it's a lot of shit to dig out. But I do have a little swimming pool, a kiddie pool, and there's plenty. I will fit it right here. I blow up, it's a 2-ring pool, so I blow up 1 ring. And then I can close all the blinds. And I take a little jug of water with my washcloth. And that's why I always keep a towel under here for. And I can just sit in it and scrub myself down, rinse myself out, push it out of the truck, empty it, and you're good to go. I used to use one of those containers and I would just kind of put a towel down and hover over it and scrub up. But the pool works way better. Then I have my shower now, which even works the greatest yet. Let me see. Let me think if there's anything else. Oh, my bug netting. I showed this off in another video too. This is like a camp size bug netting you put over like your tent and stuff. There's people. I got distracted because there's people behind. Probably thought I was talking to myself. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm just crazy. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about the bug netting. Anyway, the bug netting, I can bring this down and I keep it about level with the bungee cord. So it's kind of like that. Something like that. And it just kind of fits over it, and it encloses this whole front area here like a screen porch, which is really nice. Alright, one of the last things I can think of, especially when it starts getting cold out, are these little suckers right here. I don't really use them in my shoes or anything like you're supposed to. I do get the smaller ones and occasionally put them in my boots. These are mostly for my sleeping bag. If you take... God dang it, I keep saying Stop it! I'll work on it, I promise. If you take one of these and put it in a sock, I definitely recommend putting it in a sock. It will burn you otherwise. But if you put it in a sock or two, tie it up and put it in your sleeping bag and zip yourself up, it will keep you nice and toasty all through the night. I like the 18-hour ones because I like to sleep soundly. You can get the 6-hour ones, though I don't know why I get the 18 hours. I hardly sleep for 6, let alone 18. But throughout the day, you might just want to cuddle a little extra in your bag and not get out, depending on how cold it is, and if you're in a tent or versus like me in the truck. They're cheap, they're easy to grab, and I love them. They have the battery-powered charge ones that you can get. I've been looking at them online, but I haven't tried them out. I don't know anything about them. I don't know if they're any better. I do know that these work, so I stick with these right now. As far as anything else, I do believe, I mean, that's it. Water, food dishes, peroxide, baby wipes. Baby wipes are almost a necessity, honestly. Okay, I guess you don't really need them, but I think they're a necessity. I think I'm out of things to show you. Shower shoes, necessity. Especially you don't know where you're showering, you don't want your feet to touch the icky shower stalls. If you're at a campsite, public shower, truck stop, even a gym, you have to have your shower shoes or you'll get like toe fungus or something. It's gross. And then I bought this for Boris, but I've tried to use it and it's never really worked. All the places we seem to park always seem to have really sandy soil or really hard clay soil. So it's never worked. The tailgate actually works best for us, so that's just what we stick with. But I keep it because you never know. So I keep just in case purposes. Boots. I think that's it. If you have any questions, you just keep my finger out of the way. If you have any questions, you know what to do. Post below. Subscribe if you're interested to see what kind of weird crap we get into next. And safe travels, YouTube.